Hello, welcome back to Next Level. At this channel, we talk about how to improve yourself in your personality and your skills in everyday life so that you can progress on a daily basis. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some negotiation skills because every day we're talking to people when we're not looking into our phone. So every day we're talking to people that's either in our professional life or in our personal life. Either way, we're trying to convince people to do something for us. So we need to learn how to bargain and how to negotiate in our conversations with each other. So I have once again with me Mr. Madan Matthew. He is a leadership coach, a behavioral trainer, and a public speaker. So Mr. Madan, why don't you tell us about some negotiation skills for everyday life?
Yes, sure, Suraj. See, one of the most key factors, as you mentioned, that we all are in the search to convince or persuade others. In a way, we all want to win. But before winning, we must first decide, do we want to win a battle, which is a short-term victory, or do we want to win a war, which is the long-term victory? Because unfortunately, many individuals with immature understanding of negotiation skills, they make a sale, but then they lose a customer for life. And some people, they win an argument, but lose a relationship for life. So negotiation is not about you winning or me winning, because if I win, you feel bad, and if you win, I feel bad. But then we both should feel as if we won together. I'm sure you've heard of this statement, the win-win policy. So negotiation skill is all about having a win-win policy. So I'm sure you might have heard this statement plenty of times. You have a lot of materials available in the internet. You can obviously read a lot of books about it as well. But I just wanted to share 3 points which has helped me develop my own negotiation skills from my experience. Number 1 is to listen and understand what the other person is trying to tell you, and to identify the common denomination factor to your conversation. Because when you are talking to someone, there is some area of interest that you have, and there is some area of interest the other person has, and then there is a common ground. So this is what people talk about, the zone of possible agreement, right? Where there is some level of common interest or a common denomination factor that we'll have to arrive at. For example, let's say I want to sell someone this book. Now my interest is to sell this book and reach my target so that I'll get incentive and I will make some money or I'll get promoted. Now, the person who's about to buy this book, for him, his interest is he wants to buy a high quality book. A high quality book which is going to help his knowledge to grow, or it is going to help him to be engrossed in the subject. But the common factor for both of us is the book, or the quality of the book. Now, if I focus on explaining the highlights of the book, if I focus on explaining about how this book is going to enhance the knowledge of the person, or if it is going to engage him, then that is the zone of possible agreement. Right? So that's my first point. Now, in order to arrive at this, I have to really listen and understand his area of interest.
All right, so that you can, so that you don't have any conflict while you're talking with the person. So if you listen and understand, then you can identify.
So basically, the point is a transaction is not a tug of war. Right? So what is tug of war? I'm trying to pull him my side. Now the customer is trying to pull me his side. But if you notice in a tug of war match, there is a circle in between. Right? Wherein if I pull him beyond that circle, I win. If he pulls me beyond the circle, he wins. But in negotiation, we both need to come and stand inside that circle. So we both win. right?
So,
No need to pull the other person down and make him feel bad, all right? Or no need for me to give up and then I feel bad in the end. No, we both can come in and we both can hold the rope and we can feel we both are winners.
Mutual compromise, but still, like, you know, sharing the win.
Yeah, it's a win-win policy in the
Yeah.
end. But then to arrive at that, you should be a good listener.
We need to listen.
And you should be able to understand his area of interest.
Right. So that you can meet him at
Yeah, then you can appeal to his area of interest.
Right.
See, when I listened to him about this book, I realized that his area of interest is knowledge enhancement. His area of interest is engagement. So what happened? I started highlighting on that. Now he bought the book and I got the sale as well. So listen and understand. Number 2 is to trigger their curiosity according to their need. Now when I listened and understood, and when I understood that his need is knowledge, his need is engagement, again I'm going back to my book example, I'm going to trigger his curiosity. Means I'm going to tell him how wonderful the author of this book is and how this was read by millions of people. This was a bestseller. So what I'm doing, I'm triggering his curiosity. I'm trying to appeal to something that is going to give him some excitement so that he also finds value in this transaction. Right? So trigger that curiosity is the second point. And finally, all said and done, we need to have an objective approach. And we should continue our conversation in such a way that they also feel, the other person also feels that he or she is also equally in control of this conversation. Right? Let me give you an example. Now imagine I'm selling this book to you and I'm saying, Mr. Suraj, this is the world's best book and you need to buy this. This is going to transform you. This is going to help you. Now what I'm doing now is I am hijacking this entire conversation. And you somehow feel as if you're not in control of this conversation. I'm the one who's leading. In fact, I'm dominating you and I'm trying to force you to buy this. Right? Now, what I need to understand is I need to focus objectively. What is the objective of this transaction? The objective of this discussion is that this book should be sold. Now, I need to make sure that you don't feel that I sold it to you, but you feel like you bought it from me. There's a big difference between being sold to and buying something. And every customer or every individual, they don't want to be sold to, or they don't want to be influenced by, or they don't want to be brainwashed by someone. They want to feel that they selected this. They want to feel that they chose this, which is the objective. So in my conversation, I should always help the other person to understand that we both are equally engaged in this conversation. We both equally have control over this conversation. So be objective in your approach. So I believe these 3 points could really help us to be good negotiators. This has helped me, and I'm sure it can help all of us too.
Thank you so much, Madan. So there you have it, guys. We have some amazing tips on negotiation skills. Some of the things were even an eye-opener for me. So let's just quickly summarize on the 3 points that Mr. Madan gave us. The first one was to listen and understand. So when we listen and understand, we'll be able to identify common ground. We'll be able to identify the zone of possible agreement. So when we identify that, we can actually do that only first if we listen and understand. Once we have done that, we can trigger their curiosity, which is the second point. We trigger their curiosity by appealing to that interest which we found in that common ground.
Right? The first step.
In the first step. So the first step was listen and understand to identify common ground. The second step is to appeal to that interest, trigger their curiosity on that common ground. And the last one is to objectively approach the conversation, where the person shouldn't feel like he's being dominated. Let there be a mutual level of respect and power in the conversation. For example, the person doesn't want to be sold. Let him have the choice that he bought it from you instead of you selling it to him. Over there, the power of choice is with him, and with you also lies the power of selling. So there's an equal exchange in that situation. So there you have it, guys. 3 really good points on negotiation skills. I hope you guys like this. There will be more videos like this in the future. This video was about negotiation skills. If you liked this video, make sure to like it. And if you want to see more stuff like this, subscribe and share our channel and these videos with your friends. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.